All right, let's get back to it, man. Welcome back to another live feed. Just getting to this Kass, Soul on Ice, 1996. Let's continue on the countdown to top 10 underrated classic albums. I'm at number 8, Kass. He was a rapper that didn't go with the gangster rap that was prevalent in 1996. He's more of a lyrical guy. You know, he's influenced by Rakim, Ice Cube, Kass, One, Scarface. Literally, he was on the top of his game in 1996 with Soul on Ice. The title came from Elrich Cleaver's book, Soul on Ice. But that didn't mean he was trying to be a Black Panther. He had his own identity. The Leo single from the album was Miami Life. Then the next two singles from the album was able to reach the charts with Anything Goes and the title track. Soul on Ice reached number 35 on the hot rap hip hop charts. This album is underrated classic because Kass was a phenomenal lyricist and he was from the West Coast. He didn't go with the norm, but he went against the grain. Right, so the reason why this is underrated because the complex lyricism that he had, the sharp political commentary, it bridged the gap between West Coast G-Funk and intricate East Coast style lyricism. It's very underrated due to its dense nature, sample clearance issues, and poor distribution. It's a classic nature of the threat. That's one of his most celebrated lyrical performances in hip hop history. It's a 10-minute anthropological breakdown of white supremacy, racism, religion, and global power dynamics. The elite lyricism and wordplay. Kass possessed a masterful vocabulary, delivered incredibly technical rhyme schemes, metaphors, punchlines that elevate the album far above the typical gangster rap in the 90s. Bridging the Coast, emerging during a time when East Coast and West Coast were deeply divided, Kass combined the laid-back, bass-heavy grooves of California with the intricate lyricism, multisyllabic that was observed from, for New York artists. It's underrated because the density, extreme density. The album's dense themes require multiple listens to fully digest. Tracks filled with obscure historical facts, dense conspiracy theories, rapid fire flows made the album less accessible to casual listeners and compared to mainstream party anthems. Label troubles, the timing is another reason why it's underrated. 1996, October, this album was released on Priority Records. The album was overshadowed by at least that was out at the time, right? So Tupac and Snoop Dogg and sample clearance issues kept the album from getting the massive promotional push or re-release support it needed to reach a wider audience over time. So that's the reason why it's underrated. But yeah, Kass was definitely different. He's basically coming from the West Coast, be able to do his own thing and have his own lane that he created. So that's the difference, right there. That's why I put it at number 8, my top 10 underrated classic album. So that's it, man. Thanks for 7 people tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. So until then, come back at 2 o'clock with number 7, the 7th underrated classic album. Till then, talk to you soon.